Good afternoon. I thought, whoops, I just kicked my guitar, my foot stand from my guitar, so it made a loud noise. I don't know how that came over there, but anyway, today there's the description of today's devotion is called Lord of the Dance, and I would sing that for you, but I don't exactly know what the words are, but I read something today that just reminded me of this so much. I don't know about you, but there are just really not so good days, and you just have to read something that means something deeply to you. And Henri Nouwen is one of those people. He's kind of a pastor to pastors. He's written many, many books, but he doesn't only write to pastors. He writes to many different people. And so part of what I read today was this. Henri Nouwen says, "We tend to stay away from mourning and dancing, too afraid to cry, too shy to dance. We become narrow-minded complainers, avoiding pain and also true human joy. We live in a world subject to the evil one, but we belong to God. Let us mourn and let us dance." As I read those words today, it reminded me of the Lord of the Dance. It reminded me of the Trinity, this God that we have that is not one, but of three in one. And many of the ancient people had a term for the Trinity. Perichoresis was the term that they used. Peri, I see I have a medical person out there. Peri means around. Choresis is basically choreography, comes from that word, it's dance. And the Trinity was this dance, the three Godheads dancing around and inviting us into that dance. I think maybe one of the things that we need to think about more is COVID is bad. I sound like a leader now. COVID is bad. Well, okay, it's a little bit more than that though. It's not just bad, because I have seen just a ton of things happen at church, around church, in church, whatever, because of COVID, and it's really, really exciting. It's cool stuff. It's fun stuff happening. And I think sometimes we are under this umbrella of this is bad, when in fact we belong to God, who has invited us into the dance, who has invited us to be a part of the Lord of the dance. And so today I recommend dancing. And maybe you have lost something tremendous during this time. It's okay to mourn too. Maybe you're even angry. And if you have something that you're really, really angry about, I am not going to waste. It's not a waste. I am not going to spend a whole time meditation on this. But what some people do is say, I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to be just angry at whatever they're angry at. And so they spend 5 minutes just being angry and letting that conversation go where it wants, and they let it all out. And then the bell rings, and then they say, that's it. I'm not thinking anymore about that today. You can try that. That does not work for me. But hey, if you want to try it, go for it. Actually, I shouldn't say it doesn't work for me, but it doesn't work for me. That's the best I can say, I guess. So anyway, go out in the world. Yes, COVID exists. Be safe out there. I mean, I'm not asking you to go dance without your mask on. But if you're dancing with God, you can take your mask off. If you're dancing with your husband, your wife, your kids, your dog, I don't care. Dance. Live in the joy of today. There is joy out there. If you are sorrowful, be okay with that. It's okay. But know that there's also good things out here. So, what I'm trying to do is preach on renown, I guess. And let me not rephrase this. Let me reread what he has written. I think it's so wonderful. He writes, we tend to stay away from mourning and dancing. Too afraid to cry, too shy to dance. We become narrow-minded complainers, avoiding pain and also true human joy. We live in a world subject to the evil one. We belong to God. Let us mourn and let us dance. Have a wonderful day. Go and dance. And everybody's going to look at you and go, what's wrong with them? Invite him into the Lord of the Dance. Be at peace. Amen.